you ended up on trial with Sekou. So how did
Yeah.
we get to that point?
Okay. There was the day there was this major robbery in Rockland County, New York, otherwise colloquially known as the Brinks robbery. And that same day, there was an auto accident um, uh, that revealed to the FBI, who had been investigating, we know from what emerged in trials, a number of actions and things that revealed something to the FBI very, very important, which was that what seemed like actions done by Black people and were done by Black people, but when they were looking for people, they would only see white people. So um, the day of the Brinks robbery, this thing came apart because three white people and a Black person were arrested together. And, you know, when the light bulb goes off and it clicks, this happened, I think, for the FBI and the Special Terrorist Anti-Terrorist Task Force. And that started a major investigation that went on for I don't know how long it went on, but for years. There were one day in prison, I was bored, so I started to count the number of trials that people were involved in, directly or indirectly, and I came up with 8. But I don't even know if so. The repression was very heavy. Um, it was led by the Joint Terrorist Task Force, which was made up by the FBI and the what was called the Red Squad, or parts of the Red Squads, or of the New York Police Department. I was arrested by them on the street corner near my house. I was going to the United Nations when they arrested me for a celebration of the liberation movement in South Africa. And they hunted down, I was arrested, other people were killed. Tahari, who was arrested with, who was stopped with Sekou, was killed. Sekou was tortured and ended up in the hospital. So that tells you something about how the justice system works in the US right there. Um, I think from the beginning, this I think slightly surprised them. I was offered that if I cooperated, I would be let go, or I would, and I refused. And I think in the beginning, this surprised them because they hadn't understood how profound the political relationship was. Um, they tried to play their cards, but it didn't work. And so uh, they started torturing people. They certainly tortured Sekou. They tortured Sam Brown, which was the first person arrested on the same day as the robbery. And by torturing people and by other people, they finally started building their puzzle. But the big coup for them at the level of being able to really bring an indictment, because before then they didn't have much, was the fact that Tyrone Risen turned and testified against everybody. I think he testified in all the 8 trials, and he was their key to putting people in jail. It actually didn't go so well for them, because in my trial, um, Sekou took a political stance and didn't even defend himself, and just gave a long rap about his history, what he had done in Africa, why he come back to the U.S., why he was a freedom fighter, and all of that. Um,
And this was after he was tortured.
After, yes,
Shout out to
yes,
Sekou, who we've had on here several times. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, no, and the jury really had a hard time convicting people, because we had something like 30 counts and they convicted, I don't remember if 26 counts, and found and convicted, not guilty on 26, convicted on 4. So it was a majority Black jury. And I think they were very aware, as being a New York City jury, of what was going on in the world. And really, I mean, Sekou and I got a lot of time, but I always think that that especially Sekou and what he said in the courtroom was very important for the people sitting on the jury.